Forgiveness can be a hard topic to tackle, and especially if it involves the people you love the most. So, how do you forgive your parents who may have hurt you? I'm going to share with you how EFT or tapping can be the solution to helping you forgive not only yourself, but those who hurt you as well. First, I think it's really important to know that you don't have to. If you don't want to forgive, it is your choice. I've met so many people who say, I'm not willing to forgive, or I'm not ready to forgive. And that's okay. If you don't want to and you're not ready, it is your choice. And if you choose to have forgiveness in the future, that is up to you. It's up to you if and when you start that journey. So I just want to let you know that you can watch this video, and if it's not a good fit for you, now, depending on what is being forgiven, you may want the help of a professional who is trauma-informed in order to start this healing process. So if it's little traumas, little grievances and annoyances that you have with your parents for the way that you were raised or for their parenting tactics, then this is a really great tool. But again, if there is some deeper trauma there and a lot of deep emotional pain that was caused, then I would invite you to seek the help of a professional who is quote-unquote trauma informed, so they can help you unpack those individual pieces and really create true lasting healing for yourself and for your future. So now when it comes to forgiving your parents in general for annoyances, grudges, all those annoying things they did when they were trying their best and doing their best, the first tip or tool is going to be decide that you're ready to start a forgiveness process. It really is a choice to start to forgive. There are many layers to forgiveness, many stories that you're going to be unpacking when you are on this healing journey. So number one, make that decision that enough is enough. I'm tired of carrying this baggage with me, this heavy load that I've been carrying all these years. Decide that you're ready to set that down, start this healing process so that you can finally move forward without that weight attached to you. Number two, it's going to be all about letting go of expectations. So many times in our life experience, whether it's a healing journey or just life in general, we have these expectations for ourselves and how long it's going to take. So when we look at a healing journey, how long is this going to take? Am I going to be over it in a month, 3 months, a year, 10 years? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So let go of your expectations about how long this is going to take, because being present in each part that you're going to unpack, each layer of this healing journey, is not only going to be beneficial because it'll take you deeper, it'll give you the realizations and the learning experiences that you're really looking for in order to make this healing last. You'll also want to give up expectations about how the other people might respond. So if your parents are still alive and you have this expectation of, oh, I'm going to do this forgiveness so that they will, behave in this way, they'll finally love me, they'll finally do this or that, you're setting yourself up for a disappointment that doesn't need to be there. And really, this forgiveness practice isn't so much about them, but about you. When we do a forgiveness practice, it's because we are ready to be free. We are ready to do this healing for ourselves. And so releasing the expectations of how somebody else needs to show up for us is going to be really important, so that you're not adding disappointment on top of the other hurts. So step number 3 then becomes to do your own healing. So we've let go of these expectations about how it needs to be for us, how it needs to be for them. So now, to really start this healing journey, it's really helpful to make a list of the grievances, thoughts, ideas, memories that are bothering you, and all of the emotions that are connected to it. So if you have a memory of my mom or dad did this or said that, write that down, and then how did it make you feel? To take it even a step further, what did you learn about yourself in that moment? Really allow yourself to look at each of these memories or these snippets from the past and allow yourself to get real with them. One of the tools that I love in order to do my own healing is EFT or tapping. So if you've been watching this channel, you know I love EFT tapping. There's videos on how to do that if you aren't sure. But when it comes to releasing emotions, especially on that surface level when they're really coming up for you, EFT is a beautiful tool to be able to use in the moment. I also really love it because you can use EFT tapping to go deeper with your healing practice. So it helps you gain new understanding for yourself and why you did the things you did or reacted the ways you did. Maybe if you were a little child, you were very innocent, and being able to find some understanding around that. But then also understanding the other person and their motives, their misgivings. So many times parents will say, well, I did my best. And we might look at them from our pain and go, well, your best wasn't good enough. And we might not understand why they did the things they did, especially if there were things like alcohol or something else involved that changed their perception of that reality. Then when we're doing this forgiveness practice, being able to look at them and find understanding of, oh, I get it. They were weak in that moment. They didn't know in that moment. They really were doing the best they could from where they were at. When we start to go through these different layers, it'll then become much easier for us to tap into that beautiful piece called forgiveness. I remember one of the memories I have when I was first starting this practice, I really wanted to forgive somebody because I knew that the lack of forgiveness within this relationship was really starting to tear us apart, and it was really putting a burden on the relationship. So one of the things that I love to do, and it's really helpful, especially if your parents are still alive and you're going to be seeing them and you're going to be triggered. I love getting triggered because it's the best time to do tapping. But what you can do is excuse yourself to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and just start tapping and let it all out. As if you were a volcano and you have all these words and all this expression that you want to say. Instead of saying it to that other person, this healing is an inside job. You go into the bathroom, you look in the mirror, and you just go for it. And it might look something like this. I can't believe they said that. They're such a, insert bad word here. What makes them think they have the right to do this? And you just go and you yell quietly at yourself because they might be in the next room. And you just keep going and you just verbally throw up all of these grievances and all of this anger and all of this betrayal or sadness or whatever it is, whatever is coming up for you in that moment. You are this exploding volcano, but let yourself explode while you're tapping. This is going to do so many beneficial things for you because while you're tapping, the tapping is sending a pulse of energy through your energy meridians to the amygdala, the lizard brain that controls that fight or flight response, that basically says, hey, even though I am so triggered right now, even though I'm angry and all this stuff is coming up for me, I'm not about to die. There's no tiger that's trying to eat me. That's all the amygdala wants to know. Is there a tiger or not? When you're tapping, you're telling the amygdala there's no tiger, and that can actually downgrade that fight or flight response. So the amygdala goes, oh, you're not about to die? Okay, and then they kick back a little bit. So you get to keep processing all of these emotions. Let them come out, but let them come out while you're tapping. I like to say that tapping is kind of like the toilet flushing of our emotions and our energy system. As you're tapping, you're actually flushing those emotions through your energy system and allowing them to be released. Now, the beautiful thing is after you have been in the bathroom, you're doing this tapping, you're letting these emotions come out, you'll know you're ready to rejoin the family when you finally go, and you take that deep breath. You have nothing left to express. These emotions have come out, they've been flushed from your energy system, and now you are feeling a little bit more calm. You're feeling a little bit better and at center with yourself. Take that deep breath, maybe splash some cold water on your face, but now go back to that relationship with a renewed sense of self. Sometimes when you're dealing with a difficult person, I know you might end up in the bathroom 4 times in a night. Take that time for yourself because it is so worth it to keep healing those layers. So whether it's with a family member or with a friend, any relationship that you want to keep is worth doing this work for. When you have managed to move through these emotions, the natural piece that you're not even going to have to try for is going to be that forgiveness. And forgiveness is this deliciousness of life that can lead to gratitude for what they did do right and then help you have a healthy relationship with them now. And Even if your parents have passed away, it's still worth doing the work. And there are so many healing professionals that can help you mend a broken relationship with a parent even after they've passed. Because again, it's an inside job. This is a gift that you get to give yourself, to have this healthy relationship in your mind, body, spirit with this parent who ultimately does love you and wants the best for you. Thank you so much for joining us and allowing me to volcano a little bit. I invite you to watch our next video, What is EFT Tapping? This has been your ray of sunshine, and I will see you in the next video.